So today I'm going to be cash stuffing, which is this method of budgeting that I've been seeing all over my TikTok lately. And usually those videos are a bit more aesthetic and ASMR type of videos, but today I'm just getting into it, trying it for the first time, and seeing if it works for me. So what I did is I got this binder on Amazon. It was only $16, and basically it has a bunch of plastic envelopes inside. And what you're supposed to do is allocate each envelope to a category of spending. So it's basically like a budget that you can kind of see versus like a spreadsheet or something like that. So yeah, I like the concept and I'm going to see if it works for me. Another thing I want to note is that I'm using this just for my variable expenses, not my fixed expenses. So fixed expenses would be like stuff that comes out of your account on the first of every month, and it's usually the same every month. So like rent, mortgage, utilities, car payments, car insurance, subscriptions, phone bills, stuff like that. I'm not using this for that. I'm using this for my variable expenses, which is lunches, groceries, cat stuff, right? It's never the same amount every single month, and it's usually those payments that you make throughout the month. That's what I want to control, and I think this will really help me do that. So I started by, after I got the binder, I withdrew the amount that I can use for the month. And how I came to this number is I basically just took my monthly income, my net monthly income. So after taxes, CPP, EI, or whatever you have in your country. But that's what's minus from my pay stubs. And so I just took the net income and I minused my fixed expenses, and then I minused what I want to put into savings and investments for the month. And then I had 1260 left over, and that's what I have to spend on my variable expenses. So 1260 is what I took out in cash. I actually didn't take out enough. I took out 1060. So I need to go get 200 more. It was an accident, but I'll put a sticky note in one of the envelopes and then go get 200 after this video. But yeah, this is supposed to be 1260, but it's actually 1060. So yeah, my categories, which will be different for everybody, but I'll go through mine. They are transportation. So transportation is like the train that I take to work, and also Ubers and stuff like that. Second is caffeine. So I have an envelope specifically for caffeine because I like to treat myself to like a latte, a matcha, a chai. It just makes my workday go a little smoother. I'm a commuter, so it makes the day go by a little bit better. But it's really easy to overspend when you're buying fancy drinks like that. They're usually like $5 to $7 each. So it's really easy to overspend when you keep treating yourself. And so I've allocated $100 for caffeine. You don't have to use all $100, but it's a budget where you can't go over it. So it helps you just stick to that. And then I don't remember if I said how much for transportation, but I'm budgeting $200. So that's for my train and for Ubers. So third category is work lunches. So this is for the lunches that I buy while at work. And I would say around 3 times a week I eat out. I tried cooking every day, but it's not really practical. So yeah, this section I'm budgeting $200 because if a lunch is around $15 downtown Toronto, then if I get lunch 3 times a week around, then 15 times 3 times 4 weeks is around, I think it's like 180. So I just budgeted 200. And yeah, it doesn't have to be literally 3 times a week. If I feel like cooking more, maybe I'll only get lunch twice a week for 1 week, and then another week I'm feeling lazy, then I'll get lunch 4 times a week. So the idea is just not to go over the amount that I've put in this envelope. So $200 for work lunches. Next is groceries. So for groceries, I cook a lot. I cook almost every single dinner. I cook on the weekends, and I cook a few lunches per week. So I've budgeted $200 for groceries. I feel like that's a good amount for someone who cooks as much as me. I also don't buy the fanciest groceries, so um, if you have like food sensitivities and you don't really eat out much, then you're probably gonna have more in the grocery section. And it's also if you buy like organic and um, free run eggs and stuff like that, then like if your grocery is a bit more bougie, then you're gonna be spending more. Takeout is kind of like food that I buy after work. So when I'm going out, or if I'm like, exploring and I'm grabbing like a little sweet treat or something like that, or if, yeah, just if you're going out for dinner, that's what takeout's for. Food that I buy when I'm not at work. And then cats is for my two cats, for their litter, kibble, wet food. That's what this section's for. I budgeted $50 for this. I think I forgot to say how much I budgeted for takeout. I budgeted $150 for takeout. So I feel like I might need to move it to 200, but I'm gonna try 150 because I don't always I don't always go out to fancy restaurants and stuff. But if you're someone who likes that, you might spend a little bit more there. And then miscellaneous is just for all the money I have left over from the 1260. So all those other envelopes equal 900, and then 1260 minus the 900 is 360, I believe. So yeah, that's what I have in the miscellaneous folder, and that's gonna be for just personal stuff, health stuff. I don't know if I need paper towels, Kleenexes, or shampoo, clothes, if I buy clothes. So I have 360 to do that. And if I don't use it all, then I can just throw that into savings. So it's nice to have $360 wiggle room for stuff like that. And yeah, that's how I came to my budget, but obviously it's going to be different for everyone. I also would like to put out that this binder came with like some preset labels. They're pretty fancy. They're like cursive stickers, but I wanted to make my own customized one. So it also came with these labels, and I just wrote my own because like work lunches isn't gonna be on a preset sticker, but yeah, I was able to make my own custom label just by writing it on that sticker. And then it also came with these budget sheets. So the budget sheet, I don't really know how to use it exactly, but I just put each category, and then I put how much I put in each envelope. And then I think for the section at the end of the month, you put how much is left over. Yeah, I'm not sure how to use it exactly yet, but I'm going to just see as I go. So now all that's left to do is start stuffing the envelopes. So first is transportation. So I'm going to take 200 for that. So 100 and 200. And another thing is I felt like I might be missing out on credit card points because I use my credit card for everything right now. But I figured I'm probably going to save more money doing this than I would be getting in points anyway, so maybe it cancels out. Plus, I like using cash. So then caffeine was 200, so I don't want to hand the barista an $100 bill, so I'm gonna get some smaller bills for this. So we'll do 50, and then we'll do 50. So $50. I'm gonna rearrange it just because. And so that goes into the caffeine folder or envelope. And then work lunches. So I budgeted 200 for that. So I'm gonna take an 100, and I'm gonna take 50, and then another 50. So that's 200. And that's gonna go to my work lunches. So the idea is to carry this around And I mean, I don't know if that's practical for everyone, but for me, like I take a bag to work with my laptop in it so I can easily take this. It's kind of like a crossbody type of situation. So like it'll be close to me, not like a backpack where someone can open it. But if you're worried about losing this or getting stolen, then um, yeah, maybe you can take out each individual envelope. I don't know, but I'm going to test this out. I'm pretty good with not losing my stuff. I've never lost anything, so like I haven't lost like a phone or a laptop or something important. So I haven't lost my wallet, so I think that I'll be pretty good with this. Groceries, $200 to groceries. I don't know if I'll need to adjust this section either, but we will see as we go. And then takeout. So that was $150. Yeah, and I feel like I might need to change that one. So we'll do 130, 40, 50. Perfect. So 150 going in the takeout. And then cats. Cats is $50. So I have a 50 just for that. I didn't take out enough 50s when I went to the bank, but I want to show you what the folder keeps going up. Okay, 50 right here for my cats, and then miscellaneous. So again, I didn't take out enough for miscellaneous. I only have $200 left over, and I was supposed to have $360 for miscellaneous. So I have to take out another $160. But I am just going to write a sticky note that to add $160. And I'll go to the bank as soon as I can to get that $160. Oh, and it's the last sticky note. Add $160. And I'll just slap it on one of the bills. And this is going into my miscellaneous envelope. Okay, and that is it. So now the binder is stuck. So I guess I have to take this with me. And if I'm like, oh, I need to fill up my Presto card, I'm gonna pull this out and then take out my 100 and put it in the machine, upload my, or update my card or whatever in the Presto machine. So yeah, and then say I'm like buying coffee. This would be kind of weird to just whip out while like at the cash register. Like, hold on, let me just get out my book of money, and then here's like, I don't know, a $5 bill. Like, I feel like as I'm heading there, or while I'm at my desk at work, or while I'm like, I don't know, somewhere else, I feel like I would like take this out and then put it in my wallet and then hand it, just that it's not like a big deal, because I don't want to like bring out a book of cash. I don't know. Or even just like, okay, I'm heading out to get coffee. Let me just take out this here and then put this back in my bag, head to the coffee shop, and then, oh, your total is just $5 here, right? I just feel like bringing out a whole book is it's a little much. And then flipping through like all your money, I don't know. Especially if you live in like an area where, I don't know, things get stolen. I mean, I'm sure I'd be fine, but that's, yeah. You wouldn't want to flex all, like a book of $12.60, you don't want to flex that. Okay, so the caffeine is going back into its section. And you can probably get a better quality binder, like something like real leather, but for now I'm just starting. So I bought this super cheap one, but it smells like plastic. So yeah. So I'll just go over the sections one more time. That's the budget sheet. That's transit, caffeine, work lunches, groceries, takeout, cats, miscellaneous. So, and there's even, I just realized there's even a slot for like a pen. And then there's also like some slots for like your cards, I guess. And then there's another little slot here for paper, receipts. So yeah, I'm gonna give this a try and I'm gonna see if it works for me. Starting June 1st. And I guess I'll update. But that's all really. My first time cash stuffing. Okay, bye.